Welcome back once more again to Dwarven Academy. Now I was thinking, what's the whole purpose of the Dwarven species? What do they do best? They mine, they dig. So when you play a game of dwarves, you need a kick-ass mine. So I was thinking, how am I going to create this kick-ass mine? And first I thought, oh, I'll just dig a big ass hole and I'll like put a bridge over it, that'll look cool. But I really didn't like it. It wasn't efficient, it took forever, and it didn't look that great. And I think what we're looking for here is a balance between efficiency and just aesthetics. So wait for the doors to open, and behold, the Dwarven mine. Fade, 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 fade. Alright, that wasn't weird. So you may remember this layout from Minecraft. If you've been like on the forums, everyone's like, oh, what's the most efficient way to mine? I'm sure they don't sound like that, I'm just being a bastard. But so then these couple guys came out and they're like, strip mining, man, this is how you do it. And I think it's certainly the most efficient way to mine, the quickest, I believe. But I think it also looks the best. Once you have multiple layers of this mining layout, it just whoosh. So, as you can see, you've got a central shaft, and then you have offshoot shafts every two squares apart. And then you can see all the minerals, all the materials on that layer. Nothing gets missed within your little area of mine shaftery. And then you can just pick out what you need, and then so you got like Swiss cheese going on. And then you go down. See, now we're starting to delve too greedily and too deep, and this is where the excitement happens. Now, note that I've created a little like outpost with a food table and a little bedroom dormitory thing. That's gonna save your life, because otherwise the dwarves will like hit the rock a couple times and then run back up to your main settlement to eat and sleep, and it's gonna get you nowhere. So make sure you build regular outposts with food and beds. Alright, here's one I prepared earlier, sort of. I decided to go with the double wide main shaft, because when you take out when you dig like into the floor, sometimes, you know, then the dwarves get stuck. So I figured if you got a double wide central shaft, there's that slightly greater chance that there's more path for them to get by. I hope that makes sense, because I'm trying to avoid having to fill everything up with bridges, because that's going to be annoying. This is trying to minimize micromanagement. And speaking of which, this actually, once you set out, you know, where you want your dwarves to dig, you can really just leave it, as like if you're paying attention to the question marks or whatnot, making sure you're not hitting any event rooms unless you want to. Yeah, you just set it up and let it go, and you can handle other things in your settlement. It's when I was mining in other ways, I kept having to go back to make sure that the dwarves weren't getting stuck, especially with staircases. Even though I love to use staircases, it is a little quicker and easier to just slap in some ladders there, and I think it's a better look for this type of mining. All right, a few closing points here, summarizing, if you will. Don't forget to add ladders when you dig down. You know, it may seem like a really simple thing, but it is easy to forget, because you got to wait for them to dig down before you can put in the ladders, and you might get bored, go and look at something else, and you just forget to put them in entirely, and then your dwarves die, and it's never fun. Alright, number 2 is don't forget to build chests. Another simple one, but you get all excited mining, or maybe it's just me, maybe I just get overzealous. Oh yeah, mining, cool, shafts and Swiss cheese, and oh yeah, dwarves. Woo. And before you know it, you're wasting resources because you haven't got enough storage space. Alright, third and final point is the outposts. You may be able to see there, maybe not. On my bottom layer, I've got a military rally point room thing, whatever. Because as you start hitting event rooms, you're going to want your warriors as close to the breach as possible. And that's all from me. Or is it? Bonus tip! Whoa, it's crazy! When you're building columns, build all the levels of the column next to each other on one plane, and then just use the move tool and stack them that way. Nice and easy, don't have to build ladders. Take it easy, thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time on Dwarven Academy.